What's going on, guys? Your boy Bomber here, and today I'm bringing you a new series, The Race to Doom. Yes, that's right. Doom has been waiting patiently for me to unlock him. I cannot wait. I have been looking forward to this moment since I first saw him in the game. I mean, we were speculating for years, when is he going to be introduced to the game? And finally, we have Dark Dimension 4. Now, so far, 10 people have completed it, and I am on my road to getting there. It could be 11th? No, still 10, still 10. I'm currently level 79, as you can see. I'm 504,000 XP. I'm at 504,000 XP at the moment, so just under 8,000 XP away from hitting level 80. These are the characters that I'm picking to take in to the first 5, and they are Thanos, Symbiote Spider-Man, Mr. Sinister, Baron Zemo, and Ghost. Now, what I've been using to help me prepare for this is the DD4 Planner. Now, this was created by Vrondius, as it states, so props to him for creating this. This has been a very useful tool to kind of prepare myself with how much gear I need and who exactly would be best farmable for these type of events. Now, from reports from certain people who've completed it already, like Yags, you know, the idea is that you don't necessarily need to worry about the biggest and baddest toons for this. We have a good selection of characters that aren't necessarily usable everywhere or are used everywhere, but the fact is they help assist with completing Dark Dimension 4. Dark Dimension 4, from what people have been saying, has been much more user friendly than DD3 was. I think DD3 was just a complete failure, but we're here now. The rewards are much better. At least the final reward is. The gold, not so much. 500,000 gold for completing one node. Was it? I think it's 300,000 gold even. I don't even think it is 500,000 gold. Let me double check that, because if it is 300,000, that is an insult. It's an insult. You can hardly take one character from level 75 to level 76 with that. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Doom. So yeah, this is a new series that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing this whenever I change the let me put it this way for you. Once I hit level 80, which will be in about 4 or 5 days, because I spend about 1,000, I get about 1,800 XP a day, and that is of course from the daily objectives, which reward you with 885 XP once you've completed them all, of course, and through the energy that you acquire through the day. I believe you get 532 energy for free, which includes the daily refreshes, 1 energy per 5 minutes, and then the 3 free energy that you get a day, and of course that's times 80 energy. So that's 240 plus about 530, and then on top of that I'm spending 4 50 core refreshes, which gives me a total of 480 energy. Of course that translates to 480 XP. So on average I'm getting about 1,800 XP a day, so I should be entering Dark Dimension 4 very, very soon. If we go back to the spreadsheet for a moment, you can see here that per tier or per trait that you're going to have to take your characters into, once you put in the details, it's going to show you how many gear pieces for that particular character you're going to need. At the moment you're probably thinking, well, how am I going to get into this when I clearly am missing some? The truth is, if I were to remove all of these others out of the picture, we could see that I have enough to start. Well, almost. Once I've completed the once I've completed this week's weekly objectives for for the battle pass, I'll have enough. So I will be entering this without a shadow of a doubt. Let's not forget, of course, for the first 5 nodes, which I'm not going to be taking Black Widow in, who is preventing me from starting the global nodes anyway. Those 5 first characters that I'm taking in are Ghost, Thanos, Mr. Sinister, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Baron Zemo. So those I have covered. These remaining characters, of course, there will be a little bit of a farm for. But these Dark Dimension 4 runs I'm going to be doing on Twitch. So, of course, you're obviously more than welcome to catch up on what's been happening here, because I'm going to be updating these. I'll probably do these videos more likely about 2 to 3 a week, because I'm going to be doing Dark Dimension 4 every single day, so I'll be recording it alongside when I'm streaming. So if you'd like to watch it there, then of course check the description, because that's where my Twitch channel is. I stream every day at 7:30 PM GMT, and that's +0, that's UK time. But yeah, so I'm very excited. I think Doom is a phenomenal character. We've already seen what he can do to the Black Order. You know, even with an empowered Thanos, Gear Tier 15 Thanos, and the whole Black Order synergized, he is crazy. So I cannot wait to get him unlocked. I mean, he's just sitting there patiently at the moment, but we'll get him. We'll get him soon enough. We'll get him soon enough. So yeah, as mentioned, the characters I'm going to be taking are Thanos, which is right here. He's got 6 red stars. 7 gold stars. I've taken him up to level 5 ISO as a raider. Paired with him is going to be Symbiote Spider-Man. Now, Symbiote Spider-Man is of course going to be applying defense downs, extending buffs extending debuffs that already apply to the character, and applying stuns and slows. Which, when paired with Ghost, we're going to be able to extend. Now, Ghost is a little bit on the weaker side, but she's more of a kit-based character, so you shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Her most important feature is by far her ultimate, because not only does she steal 15% health from all the characters, she also does an additional 350% damage, and prolonging all effects by 1. Prolonging all negative effects, sorry, by 1. So, you know, there's a lot of debuffs to be applied, not to mention Baron Zemo's ability block and slows. So it's a very controlling team, and one thing I love about Symbiote Spider-Man, even though he's a brawler, he has a very controlling kit. You know, with how he sort of dominates the board. He's very fast. He has the ability to dodge, self-healing. You know, he's an all-in-one character, to be honest. So those are going to be the 5 I'm taking in. I am trying to find my 5th red star for Mr. Sinister in the elite store, but so far nothing yet. He's a level 5 ISO as well, and I pretty much have all the gear ready to take them up straight away. I just need to hit level 80. So that is, you know, that is the last sort of hurdle for that. The other characters, as stated from the spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you, which are right here. So for Cosmic, I'm pretty much certain Minerva, of course. Any character that has the ability to steal health for all enemies is someone you want to take in. And for those characters, I'm talking about Minerva, Ghost, Ebony Maw, and Dark Phoenix. Now, of course, Phoenix is used for the legendary nodes only, but still, that special of hers in Dark Phoenix mode is fantastic. So any characters with the ability to steal health for all enemies, not individual characters like, for example, Yellow Jackets. Of course, if you ended up taking the whole Pimtech team to global, then props to you. Not a great investment. Fantastic team still, but in terms of them all being tech, apart from Stature, of course, who's bio, that is gonna be a heavy drain on particular gear. Recently, of course, we had the whole debate about whether there was an Orb Avalanche event coming up, which we ended up being right. There wasn't going to be one. Scopely announced that due to everyone kind of hoarding all of their orbs and stopping their progress, they decided that they weren't going to go ahead with it. And there aren't going to be any orb events like that for the foreseeable future. There will be orb events similar to the ones we've had recently, where we have to play, for example, the Screen Champions milestone. We had to play and earn screen time currency from the different game modes, which once accumulated, we'd open specific orbs for, which would then in turn grant us the points towards the milestones. And those themselves rewarded us with particular gear, like the Gear Tier 15 piece, the Gear Tier 15 pieces. And that, in a sense, is a similar fashion to the Orb Avalanche event that was in 2019, but not in the sense that we have to open orbs that we ourselves have been hoarding for a while. So that is, you know, that makes a little bit more fair. But yeah, so for Cosmic, Proxima, Midnight, Thanos, and Minerva are certain that I'm going to be taking into. Hela is probably not. She's a bit of a risky one, but I've put her in with hopes that I'll be able to get the remaining gear for her. I haven't really decided on a 4th, but those 3 are, without a shadow of a doubt, the ones I'm taking in. You know, you have to try and balance out the characters you take in. You don't want to be using too much of the same type of gear. So Minerva's tech, Thanos is mystic, Proxima's skill. Of course, Hela is another mystic character, and she requires a lot of Gear Tier 15 pieces, 90 for each, I believe. So as we go on to City, of course, I'm going to be taking Carnage, Anti-Venom, and Symbiote Spider-Man, but Symbiote Spider-Man first. He's the priority. Then Anti-Venom, and then Carnage. As a 4th, I was considering taking Mercenary Lieutenant in because I took him into Dark Dimension 3. He did provide some utility, And the fact is that he's the only city, apart from Punisher, he's the only other city character close enough. Of course, if I were to put in Punisher, you'd see the microdots and the remote access codes go up a lot higher. I need to actually type his name in correctly. If we do that, now you see they went up from 81 remote access codes to 117. So he needs 36 of each piece. But for now, that's my sort of setup. As for Legendary, Phoenix and Doc Ock, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, Doc Ock is another tech character, but if we have a look at the whole Legendary list, you can tell that realistically, there's not... It's a very simple decision to be made. Black Bolt I wouldn't advise doing. He's not going to provide that much utility. His kits have a large cooldown. Of course, the enemies have a significantly larger health pool, which his damage isn't going to do that much. Yes, he's got a large health pool himself and good armor, but it's just not going to provide that much utility to the rest of the team. So who I'm going to be taking in are Phoenix, Dr. Octopus, Ebony Maw, and Invisible Woman. I wouldn't take an Iron Man. Everyone can agree he's the least legendary character. Nick Fury, I did consider for a moment the ability to summon minions, provide offense up, and speed up to himself, which then he would in turn spread on his next turn. The only issue, of course, is that not only is he additionally skill, which is going to create, it's going to hinder my progress, but it's also the fact that he himself doesn't provide too much sustain. The ability to have his buffs flipped or removed is quite present, so he's not going to be doing that much use. He's not going to provide that much use. He has no damage whatsoever. Whereas if we look at Phoenix, Dr. Octopus, Ebony Maw, they all do a lot of damage. More with his health steal. It is only 3%, but it is still a lot. It is still a lot in consideration. Of course, he does repeat it 4 times, which is a total of 12%. So that's a lot of drain on the characters. If we combine Ebony Maw's health steal with Dark Phoenix's health steal, that's a total of 32%. I have to go into her summon mode to take that out, which you see here. This is all T4'd. I'll show you all the T4s I've done, and these T4s on Phoenix represent the same on her Dark Phoenix mode. So we have Bestow Light, Phoenix Force, Phoenix Rising. If we have a look at Dr. Octopus, same Sinister Recharge, Superior Villain, and Master Planner. As for Ebony Maw, I've only gone with his special and his ultimate. And then lastly, Invisible Woman. So those are my characters that I'm going to be taking in. I should be entering Dark Dimension 4, as I said, in about 4 to 5 days, and I'm going to be streaming that on Twitch. So anything that happens there is going to come back to here. I will most likely be recording the episodes for the entirety of the run. If, of course, they're one shot, then fantastic. But even if they're not, I'll be uploading them in 2 parts, for example. So yeah, that's my team. And if you're wondering why I'm not taking Shuri, apart from the defense ups and the minor healing, she's not that useful compared to another tech character, which is, of course, Dr. Octopus. But anyway, so that's the Dark Dimension sort of progress report. Black Widow does have a little bit of a way to go, but I'll level her up tomorrow once the reset happens. So that covers the first episode of the Race to Doom series that I've got going on here. I hope to see you guys on Twitch and checking out this YouTube series in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell once subscribed so you get alerted when the next videos come out. If you'd like to check me out on Twitch, as I mentioned earlier, I stream every day at 7:30 PM GMT. That's UK time, so that's +0. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. I hope you enjoyed the video and take care.